All right, back again with the Bernard Hopkins Felix Trinidad fight. I always call it a saga, but they only did it once. No, they did it when they're older, didn't it? No, I'm not sure. No. That was Roy Jones and him. Yes, just once. So, anyways, yeah, starting off. That was round 4, so we're gonna start off right at the end of the break of round 4. And this time I'm gonna put no sound on. I don't know if that was distracting or not. I might do the next part with sound on. I don't know. But it's kind of exciting, especially hearing old George and doing commentary on the commentary, you know? This time I'm going to do without the commentary in the background. It's weird seeing Trinidad backing away from someone. In the beginning of the round, Bernard started coming at him. Trinidad's usually the stalker. i.e. the big puncher. Bernard's bouncing around the outside. It's a little bit of a jab warfare right now. Just feint, not really that much movement by either fighter. Yeah, being able to throw the jab when you disengage off to the laterally is very important. Bernard Hopkins is really good at that. Nice duck and follow up the right hand, left hook. Beautiful. You see Bernard work on the inside, little shots. But, you know, if you get really good at them, you get practiced. You know, start adding up. Jab and a jab. That's an important skill to learn. Learn how to jab someone else's jab. Very important. Boxing, MMA. Felix is winning it right now. A lot of times it's the person who, if you know that that's what they want, then it's usually the person that jabs second ends up winning that. So getting off your head off the line when you throw the jab is important. If you know that the other guy's gonna try to counter with a jab. Can you hear my dog in the background? He's having a dream. He does this really muffled bark. It's hilarious. Oh, big right hand, left hook combo. Oh, that's another way. You jab, they jab, you jab back. That's another way to counter someone jabbing a jab. And just trading. Bernard, but the thing is they're trading, when they're trading in the pocket, Bernard's moving his head every punch and avoiding these shots because he knows that they're thrown at the same time. And Cheetah's problem with throwing punches and moving his head at the same time. He's either throwing his punch or a little bit of fireworks at the end of the... I couldn't hear the bell myself, but that's probably after the bell. A little bit of Bernard Hopkins tactics there. You know, hopefully make them a little angry when they go back to their corner and then they don't get their oxygen back well enough, you know. You're just sitting there stewing on your stool, and you're not really getting your oxygen. That's one of the reasons why some people throw after the bell. It's not to hurt the other guy, it's just to upset him. And honestly, that's when you might lose a point or possibly disqualification. The shots after the bell and you actually hurt him. But if you just do a little bit, nothing wrong with that. And he just wanted to get back because he ate a pretty clean right hand, and so Bernard was just firing back. Make it look like he was the one that was dominating the exchange, even though he's the one that got hit flush. Some more tactics. Yeah, it's funny, like, Tito's head movement, it's more like positional, and it's generally very slow. It just makes you think what shots he's not going to be throwing. I mean, he likes to slip his head to the outside and then throw the jab, shoot the jab almost like an up jab. That's like a Mike Tyson way of throwing it, actually. The guy's able to actually keep his footing for a second and throw that right hand. Backs Bernard in the corner. What does Bernard do? He comes in to clinch. See, most people run away and they either run left or right and they get clipped with a hook or an overhand as they're trying to get out of the corner. Bernard just ducked in and grabbed him. Smart move. And when he's coming, leaning back from a shot, or leaning back, stepping back, he's looking for the shot and then he just rolls out. Very good way to keep the damage from piling up. And see, Bernard stays low on the inside. Very important. I was talking about that earlier. Oh, dirty hit on the break. Felix. Felix pressure is working pretty good right now. He's making Bernard work much harder than he's normally used to. Oh, but he got in that right overhand right. Oh, and that left hook. Oh, another left hook. Bernard's beating him up on the inside. I think he just keeps changing the position and doing little bumps and things like that to keep Tito off balance. Big part of it. Ooh, nice short right hand on the inside. Right hook by Bernard. Oh, he's got his little Philly. You know he's feeling confident. You can tell when Bernard's starting to feel confident when he starts really going into that low lead hand on the Philly shell. Oh, he's getting forearmed like crazy by Tito. He's talking about how he's getting headbutted, but that's just because he has good head positioning. Bernard's headbutting him in the eyes. Why? Because he has his chin down and he's staying low. I mean, when heads clash, whoever has the lower head wins. So, it's actually the only... Well, I guess the fighting on the inside is slightly better for a shorter guy, kind of. I mean, in MMA, you got knees and you got elbows, so... it's pretty hard to say that that's the case. I mean, if he's closer to getting a takedown, so, if you're a wrestler and you're shorter on the inside, that's the benefit. But really, it's just so it's easier for you to get your forehead under their chin. And in the case of head clashing, the shorter guy usually ends up winning that because he's usually lower. That was an issue with Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson was always used to being the shorter guy. And they were almost the same height. Evander's just slightly taller. And, Evander knows how to get low on the inside, so he kept headbutting him. And Mike was used to winning the headbutt exchange. And he wasn't. Against big old forehead Evander Holyfield. So anyways, round 7. Jabbing and moving and jabbing and moving. It seems to always be the way they start off. I mean, it's classic boxing, but a lot of times people get rid of the jab after a while. A lot of times it's because the friggin' arm's tired from throwing so many jabs. You got to practice that. Ooh, nice right hand counter. See, he throws that right hand just right from where the position is. It's not supposed to be loaded up or hard or anything. Just as short as you possibly can when you're countering. Don't counter with long shots. I mean, sometimes it looks spectacular and you can get some cool stuff, but it's risky and it's really hard to time. So shooting your counter from wherever your hand is generally the best, and making it as short as possible where it can still be effective. If they're too close, you can't really throw a straight punch very well. You have to turn it over in some one way or another into a hook or uppercut. Oh, he's getting blasted on the inside. Bernard's really working him. Oh, nice throw into the hip. You do that along the causes like pain on the hip. It actually affects the legs because that's where your sciatic nerve runs down, is the outside of your leg right there. So he just bangs to the hip to basically weaken your opponent. See, that time he jabbed and stepped back because he knew that Tito was gonna counter his jab, so he's starting to jab as he's going backwards. Very useful. Yeah, Bernard's really winning that. And then rushing him. So he's dancing with his jab, and then he's rushing him with his right hand left hook. And that combination's working really well. And there he goes with the low Philly shell. He's dancing a little bit. Oh, yeah, he's feeling himself now. Round 7, he's really starting to really feel himself. Oh, nice pivot to right hand and then headbutt, on accident. But but it's from head positioning. Head positioning. Then you get away with a lot of legal, in a sense. I don't know, just not illegal headbutts. I guess that's the way they call them accidental, but, are they really an accident? No. Bernard won that round, but Tito still has some fighting spirit in him. He's really trying to psych himself back up, but yeah, it says right here, punches around 7, 18 Hopkins versus 6 in Trinidad favor. Hopkins landing at a 51% rate. My favorite is corner man that you can hear yelling. He's like, "Pop that chain, X! Pop that chain!" He's starting to throw the jab, But yeah, he's a really funny guy. He's super serious, but it makes him funny. He what you I think it's like Nassim something. But when someone really cares for their fighter, you can just hear them, like every shot that he lands, that Bernard lands, that's really clean. That's one of the reasons why I actually like Nassim Richards, I think. Hassim or Nassim Richards. Oh, the baby is making some noise. Alright, so round 8. Oh, yeah. Bernard's starting out with that low Philly shell. He's feeling himself. Oh, it's so low. Hook, right hand, left hook. Okay. See, he rushes in. Doesn't put much on the hook. He was looking to see if he'd pull away so he could hit him with the right hand. He's just roughing him off on the inside. Not too bad. Nice body shot counter by Felix, though. Someone's shoe shining you to the head. It's really hard to get your, your accuracy and hit him back to the head. So it's great to throw it to the body in that scenario. If you shine your head, you blast him to the body. Plus, their arms are up. Felix is definitely still in this at this point in the fight. But Hopkins has the confidence, for sure. Yeah, there we go. That shows where we are in the chess match. Hopkins jabs, Felix counters, Hopkins steps back, jabs again, and then Felix counters that jab. Oh, jab, 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 jab. Like, I know you're going to counter my jab. Oh, I know you're going to counter my counter. Oh. My baby sounds like he's dying all the time. He's a sound machine. Oh, a little shuffle step, Bernard. Tito does it for much longer and wastes his legs. Bernard is winning every mental warfare exchange. Bernard was trying to pull his head down and Felix got a nice little uppercut. Oh, nice right hand. Felix is getting back in it, but good body shot counter. Bernard. Felix comes back. This is a back and forth. Good head movement by Felix. Oh, he threw the right and ducked under. That's classic dancing 101. Try to set up a big right uppercut. He nails him with the right hand too. Oh, but that left. See, Felix puts down a lot of people with his left hook. And Bernard's been winning the hook battle the whole night. Yeah, a lot of fighters of this era are like known for a specific punch, and there's a lot of left hookers in this era. But Bernard Hopkins, who won against Felix Trinidad with the left hook, basically, not known for his left hook, Felix was, and then put down one of the greatest left hookers of all time, Oscar De La Hoya, with a left hook body shot. So yeah, it's he may not have been known for his left hook, but he knew how to use it. So what are we at? Round 8 or 9. All right. So yeah, obviously Hopkins is winning this fight so far. But there's been good exchanges back and forth. Clean shots landed. But yeah, he has no counter for the rush. And then he's just slightly less active in the jabbing. And then he's losing the inside battle. See, Felix is trying to rough up Hopkins a little bit too, but it's just not as effective. You have to train it. You have to train being dirty. You have to train everything. Everything that you want to, do in a fight, you have to train. You want to run away, you got to learn how to train how to run away. You want to clinch, you got to learn how to clinch. People overlook these parts of training, and they always come in during sparring, and I think that's one of the main reasons why people say, like, oh, you really, really need sparring. And I think that's because you cover all of these things, and they're rarely covered in classes. How to enter a clinch, how to get out of a clinch, when to step in, when to step away, changing your speed and your timing. You can go over that stuff in class, but it's difficult, and it takes an instructor that, cares about it, and also it takes student body that can deal with maybe a subject that's not as exciting. When you're throwing hands as hard as you can against pads and bags and stuff, you're like, oh yeah, this is so much fun. But learning those little tricks of the trade is actually really important. Hopkins doing some shoe shine. Felix getting out of there. Really, Hopkins doing a lot of his damage with the jab. Right after the exchange, he throws a jab. Felix thinks it's okay, let's break, reset, figure out what to do next. And then that's when he's getting jabbed really hard. It's not when they're in neutral where he's getting so much off the jab. It's after the exchanges. Boom, right there. Boom, doubled up, tripled up jab. Right after, and then 1-2. Then he slips away. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, nice counter the jab with the right hand. That's when you know you really got their timing. That, and he stayed out far enough away that Felix doesn't feel like he can. Oh, nice little 1-2, real short, both chopping punches. Even his jab was chopping. I almost consider it a hook, but I don't know. I just consider it 2 real short, straight punches. What was he saying about that? Yeah, Felix is getting lit up. Yeah, now about training, about... Oh, yeah. So Hopkins has been keeping him far enough away during their neutral. So if you like fighting games and things like that, I use that term for boxing and striking because it makes sense. A neutral game is when no one's hitting anybody or coming into the fray or going away. It's that in between. It's the jostling. It's the feints and the small movements and the traps and all of that stuff. Neutral. Call it neutral game. Well, anyways, he's been too far away for Felix to feel comfortable throwing the hook because Felix really likes to. He's very textbook. He really likes to load his all of his punches and especially his left hook. That's why he just dips down to the side. It's really him acting like he's going to throw the hook and then generally throws a jab. But it's because Hopkins keeps his right hand real high. So he's, like, all right, well, I don't really have a window for this left hook. And he also generally stays too far away or too close on the inside for Tito to do anything. And then again, those jabs right after the break. That's where Bernard's landing his big shot. Oh, nice sweeping right hand. I tried a right hook from distance. Felix didn't get anything out of it. Yeah, and every time you miss, from distance, you feel less and less confident about throwing it. And burns energy. Push off jab. Push off jab. All right, Hopkins. Textbook. His own textbook. His is more the textbook of like the changes of like positions. So when do I throw this? How do I change? Now I'm on the inside, now I'm on the outside, now I'm bumping. I'm changing the positions always. He does it very subtly. Like his head's on the left side, his head's on the right side. It's not like a Lomachenko with really cool footwork on the inside where he's shifting stances. It's just little bumps, minor headbutts, things like that. Even the threat of the headbutt before he starts throwing. It's like what people do nowadays in the MMA where they stick their fingers out. It's just a threat of an eye poke. I mean, a lot of times it ends up being an eye poke, and they should take a point, but whatever. That's not what we're doing. We're watching this fight where they're flurrying, they're throwing real hard on each other. But Bernard has the pace right now. He's just his volume is so much higher than Felix's, and he keeps annoying Felix and making Felix want to wrestle with him. And you can tell that Felix has a much smaller upper body, so wrestling with a guy with stronger arms and back, it'll wear you out more than wear him out. Especially someone who's used to wrestling. So when that right hook, right uppercut. So beautiful. Oh my God. That was the end of the round. That was, oof. Wow. What's the, that's, I guess, is the Bernard, not the, Tyson. The Tyson's the right hook to the body, and then he kind of shifts a little bit to a more horizontal stance and throws the right uppercut up the middle. It's too pretty. All right, I'm going to make that part 2. I'm going to finish up the last rounds. How many more rounds do we have? I think. Yeah, I'll finish up the last 7 minutes or so. Last 2 rounds. No. Yeah. Oh, he was out on his feet. Yeah, we'll keep going. A little bit longer video, no big deal. All right. Yeah, round 11. Yeah, it's just 2 more rounds.